They should be seeing parallel with the... Good morning, good morning, good morning. Calm down, babe. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to our live show. Welcome to our live show. We are here. We got it. We're going to be all right. Welcome to our live show. Welcome to the Purple Passions News Break Live. Okay? Welcome to the News Break Live. And I want to welcome you guys here today on this Super Bowl Sunday, right? So, I mean, I don't think any of our teams are in the Super Bowl, but it is Super Bowl Sunday, so I know everybody's probably been turned up since Friday. Everybody looking forward to this day. What is it, like a celebration of food or whatever everybody's doing? So I know it's a big day for some people. Probably better for the people that's got their teams in there, right? So I think we got the New England Patriots again, right? And we got the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks have been in there since they traded their quarterback a while ago. The guy that's married to Rihanna's husband, right? So welcome to the live break of Super Bowl Sunday. So we're going to try to get some things done and get it together, okay? We're going to talk about a few things. So when you come in here, when you come into this news break, I want you guys to let me know where you're coming in from. Let me know what your weather's like. You guys see, like I'm asking you guys that every week. I'm asking because I got 3 inches of snow again last night, okay? So my son already went out there and shoveled. The neighbors are shoveling. Everybody's shoveling down the block. So we got some more snow last night. So I don't know what these weather conditions are doing, but these weather conditions is not letting up. I got some more snow last night. Hello, 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 Miss Tanya Alicia. Miss Tanya Alicia, welcome to the live show. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So how you doing, Miss Danielle? Thank you, thank you, thank you. You notice that they had to go with that white today. So, yeah, that weather's just not giving us a break up here in Wisconsin, up here in Milwaukee. It's tearing us apart, okay? So, with that said, come on in here, share where you're from, give us that good morning, share that Super Bowl spirit, even if our teams aren't in there, we still got to be happy. It's something to do. I mean, you at least get to eat some good food or get to do something today, right? I hope you are at least, right? Eat you some chicken wings, because like this is like chicken, like the chicken bowl, right? So we all eat some chicken, all right? What else they be eating on there? Pizza, right? Everybody's eating pizza. A lot of people eating pizza. I'm not eating any pizza, but traditionally it's just that chicken wing bowl, right? Normally on the military base, right? We normally have Super Bowl parties, right? So it is a very, very big event, okay? So yeah, we got some more snow. We got 3 inches last night. 3 inches of snow again last night, and it started about, I want to say about 11:30, because I don't think I went to sleep till about 1:30, and yeah, it was already coming down, right? So we got some more snow. So I don't know when it's going to let up. So, Mississippi. So you probably got a little cold up there, but you should be getting warm up there in Mississippi. Colorado's 50. It's 58 in Colorado. What's going on up there? I'm still cold up here. That's crazy. Okay. Well, I'm not mad at you. If you get that 58, it's okay. We get that 58, I'd be all right too. Right now, matter of fact, what is our temperature? Let me see what our temperature is right now. Let me see. I got 26 right here right now. I got 26, so I'm doing okay. I'm doing better, right? But I'm still at 26 degrees, right? So, well, hold on. Let me check.
Hey, lady.
I'm lying. Don't quote me on that. I'm at 29 degrees. It was 26 at 9:30. Okay, it's 29 degrees right now. So, welcome to the live show.
Please share us out.
Yep, got my wife back there in the back. She back there, just doing her thing. Got her glasses on, giving orders and telling us what to do. She's gonna be on here live today. She's motivated. She's been motivated since she woke up this morning. Me and my son been running around here. We don't know what to do.
Wow.
We like yes, mom, and yes, ma'am, right now, right? So. But she got some smoke. She got some smoke for you guys today. When I say smoke, you got to remember I told you guys that last day. I was like, Mr. Clark is lying. It ain't no smoke. Then when you guys came there, you guys didn't bring your gas masks either, like I told you to, right? You guys did not bring your masks and your covers, right? You guys didn't bring your Mach 4. You didn't bring your chemical suits. You didn't bring none of that stuff. Mm-hmm. But when you left out of there, you had burnt holes all in your clothing, right? You had all kind. Your hair was everywhere. You had smoke and soot and all the stuff on your face. I told you it's smoke, all right? So if I tell you that means come on in here, be prepared to shop, and know that it's smoke, okay?
Hey, Miss
72 in Houston. Miss Harris, 72 in Houston.
Oh, my God.
I don't believe this.
Swimming time.
Man. Wow.
Let's go swim.
So I mean, what, Galveston, Seawall, all them down there, they pretty hot down there too, huh? San Antonio, Dallas, Fort Worth, all that, are they hot down there too then, huh? At almost 72 degrees. Nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm telling you. 72 degrees. So she got the best weather going on right now. 56 in Colorado, 72 in Houston, 29 degrees where I'm at. Oh, man. Well, I tell you what. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. It's been a long time since I've seen Houston. It's been years, but gotta love it. So if you guys can, please share this live on your page, on your personal page. Tag at least 10. Let's get these sellers and people in here. We're going to talk about a few things. Behind me, before me, you had Miss Latoya Coleman. Behind me, you got Miss D-Lo, right?
Yes.
D-Lo's Fashion, Mr. Dolores Tucker. You know, I know she's turned up for the Super Bowl because she is a sports fan. Last time I talked with her, we were discussing her team versus my team and all kinds of good stuff, right? So I know she's turned up for the day. Miss Knight. Hey, good people. Happy Sunday. Happy Super Bowl Sunday to you too, Miss Knight, okay? So, as you guys trickle on in here by the onesies and twosies, come on in. Like I said, share, tag. If you're not following us, please follow us. We got some smoke for you tonight. My wife will be on at 4:45 EST, and she's going to take you down that road, okay? Free Yara giveaway, all kinds of good stuff, okay? So be prepared, all right? Thank you for those of you that are sharing and that are sharing. Miss Tanya, everybody, thank you so very, very much, Queen. So it's good to be back here in front of you beautiful ladies, you beautiful queens. So I just want to welcome you to today. I'm not going to take a lot of your time. We are going to cover some of the same old stuff. We got people still doing some of the same old stuff that Mr. Clark talked about in the news breaks, and they still don't check the news breaks, right? Or read the post, you know, the recaps, and then we're back talking about the same things, right? But remember, if you look on that news break, it says reading is fundamental. You know, not being here and not knowing information is still no excuse to you not knowing. Okay, so. My wife gave me my points. So this time I'm going to try to make sure I cover all the points and not miss like half of them at the bottom, right? So let me look through here, right? So let's see. So you guys do know this is our second day of our Valentine's Day Love Week, okay? So I believe today is Proposal Day. Is today Proposal Day, babe?
Yes.
Proposal Day, okay?
Yes,
so,
yes.
You know, it's all about proposing. Proposal don't mean that you get down on one knee and propose. It's about gestures, proposals, etc., okay? Gestures and gestures of love, okay? That's what that's about, all right? So, reading is fundamental, but ghosting is not.
I know, that's right.
Okay, and Miss Brown she already up in there. She like, any sweatshirt says, oh, man, you. I would listen.
I don't have sweatshirt sets, but I have sweatshirt.
She has some suit sets, but I think they might have sold last night.
No, I have the pink one still.
I think she said she's got a pink one still.
Yes.
In there. But yes, you guys are both correct. Yes, we do have, I think, one, maybe two sweatshirts sets or suits. And yes, reading is fundamental, but ghosting is not, all right? We got to stay away from that ghosting, all right? I've been explaining what ghosting is to people the other day, and they had to realize they had a non-payer and not a ghoster. Okay, so as soon as somebody don't pay them, they call them a ghoster. You know, and I guess in a sense you could call it that, but I mean, if you've been talking back and forth with a person and arguing with them, I wouldn't call that a ghoster. I just call a person that's probably not going to pay you because you guys had a bad exchange of words, right? Nothing of the professional ethics, right? But it happens, okay? So, I'm gonna get into this right now. So we're on the second day of our Love Week, right? Love Week is from February 7th to February 15th, right?
Yes, and I just want to say something.
I'm glad I married you. You know I love you.
Aw, I love you too, babe.
Proposal day, right? So you got me being sweet on camera so you can get something, right? Nah.
No, the thing is this, we was thinking, right? We said Valentine's Day is on the 14th, right? What about a whole, because, you know, when I came here to America, they always say, it's my birthday week, okay? It's my birthday week. It's my birthday month, you know, all kind of things. So I said, you know what? It's not going to be just Valentine's Day. It's going to be Valentine's Love Week. Yes. And then... So then, that's why we decided to make it, and we make every day special. So today on our second day, on the proposal day, basically, is going to be, Latoya did already the start. Latoya is going to be also on at 11 o'clock at night. So she ends it.
And she'll be on tutus, and then she's gonna conclude the night being on our live, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Then after the news break today is going to be Miss Dolores Farmer Broadnax for 2 hours. Then we're gonna be on at 4:45 for 2 hours, and then we have Miss Tanya Alicia going on. Okay, and she I think changed to 9:45.
Okay.
So, and that's just for that. And we have today also special. You know, we always give the Yara sprays away. This time, we got the Yara roll-on oils.
We're already getting Miss Brown is already asking for sizes already.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. You have to come in my life at 4:45, Miss Amelia, because right now I cannot tell you because this is the news break. All right, ladies. Let's get started with the news break. The first point of the news break is...
Yeah, it's the Love Week, all right? So if you guys want to be involved, $2.14 for any open slots that we have available. I think we have a few. I don't know how many, but I know it's not as many as we had before. Just a few. $2.14. Anything outside of that for the month is $4.44. Midnight Lives are $9.99, okay? If you want to show your seller love by booking them a purple, I always say this wrong. What is it? Purple Power Up? Live?
Purple Power Up Live.
Purple
Yes.
Power Up Live, okay? PPUL, right? Poo-poo, right? Mm-hmm. Purple Power Up Live. Then you can book that for your favorite seller, okay? So, you know, and I think that's good that sellers do that because it shows them support and it makes them feel good about what they're doing and putting things together, okay? Because they really do, sellers really do work hard to put together their shows. I know most of them do. They're in there, they're getting dressed, they're coming in from work, they're going in and doing the best they can, and they're trying to give you guys the best items they can and the best showing and viewing. So when you do things for them like that, that makes them feel appreciated. It makes them want to come back, and they know they're doing this with a purpose, okay? What you got?
And here we have our admin saying, "Oh, shucks, Mr. Clark, you better show your woman love." So love is the keyword love, okay? So
Okay.
if you have a Valentine that you love for years,
Oh
right?
man, I forgot the story about Mr. Valentine, didn't I?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Then if you love your husband, your wife, you know, if you love your spouse, if you love your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever you love, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the time in this Valentine's Love Week to show love, to show appreciation, to show, you know, everything that is in your heart. You know, you don't want to be mean in this week. You know, you want to be lovely and lovable with your spouse, boyfriend, husband, wife, whatever. Okay, so make it a nice one. Make it the best week ever, so you make memories.
Right, absolutely, 100%. And to caveat off that, you know, one of my things is that during you know, these days are actually legitimate days of love days for the month of February. You have Black History Month, you have these love days, you have Martyr, you have all these things, right? But I also believe that on those days when you're doing things and you're showing that dedication and that, because I believe that's the holiest matrimony is man and woman when they're married, you know, and marriage period, right? When you are together and you're married, that is the holiest matrimony, because from two you become one, right? As you walk as one or separate, you become two, and you choose to walk that journey together to the finish, right? And sometimes it goes that way, sometimes it doesn't. Don't get me wrong, but I believe that during that time frame, when you have that Valentine and it's legit and it's legitimate, then you get extra blessings too in love, you know, and that love gets expanded, it gets bonded, it gets tied more together, okay? So that's just kind of one of my theories on it. You know, that's kind of what I believe, right? And hell, what I always tell people, what's wrong with believing in love? One of the most powerful things to do.
Miss Barnhill is on the page. It's available. If you go on their business page of Purple Passion Boutique, you basically scroll down and you can see.
So what you do is, if you want to see what days we have open, you're going to click on the feature section and it's going to have our Love Week. When you click on that post, it's going to open up, it's going to have it's going to drop down and show you all those days. It's going to show you all those different days. And when you click on each one of those flyers on there, it's going to open up that next menu and it's going to show you what's available. Okay. You're going to click on there and claim that. And then you're going to let the, our admin expert, Ms. LaToya Coleman, know. She's going to be booking those days manually. Okay. Because we had so many, we couldn't get that calendar to correlate with that. So she's going to be doing that manually. And she's doing a super fantastic job with that. And there's a lot she's dealing with over there with that schedule. along with my moderators, Miss Shane Knight and Miss Danielle Gordon. Okay, I appreciate you guys being in here too. They're doing a lot, jumping in and out of your lives, giving you guys the best support we can as Purple Passion Boutique family and administration. Okay, so $2.14. I don't think you can beat that price anywhere. After this love week's going to be $4.44. Okay. So in love, all right? Everything we're doing in love. Every step we take, okay? Every breath we take, we're doing it in love this week. I'm also going to post the story of Mr. St. Valentine. I want you guys to check out if you get the chance. It's a quick read. You're going to love it and enjoy it, okay? It's going to give you a beautiful love story about Valentine's Day and where it came from. Something I heard a long time ago, probably about 12 years ago from a guy. So it's really great, and I want you guys to check it out, okay? Oh man, you jumped right into the wait. Woo. So shoppers, please beware that the shipping is really slow right now. And since we're having a lot of snow, like my 3 inches last night, right?
On top of what we had already.
On top of what we had already. In lots of states, post offices are closing, and they're closing if it's too much. They're not delivering if it's too much. So hi, I'm here. Happy Sunday on it. How you doing, Miss Tillett? Okay. So all right, let me go ahead and touch bases on this, all right? So, and this is going on, and this is a shame that I am talking about this, because some of these people that are asking about shipping are my people that's been with me for so long. You shop with me, you've already received your package, and you're like, hey, why is it taking so long for shipping? And I think the last 2 news breaks, even on the page, we put out that shipping is behind and delayed because we had the weather conditions, a snowstorm. So anything coming from about the 24th of January to like that 1st or 2nd of February, we all know that was the time frame of all this bad snow that things got pushed back. My post office wasn't even working for 2 days that it normally works, okay? Mm-hmm. And I'm here in Milwaukee, so I'm almost in a mega city, but it's going to be, you got those mega cities like, in New York, Chicago, Atlanta, LA, stuff like that, Houston, all that, right? So when you have all that bustling going on, safety is going to be considered first. When you have that extreme cold, like we had a blizzard up here, we were in the negatives, we were in the negative like 20s and 30s, right? When you have it that cold, you're not going to send people out, so things are going to be delayed, okay? So it's possibly, if a person takes a package, right? Happy Super Bowl Sunday to you too, Miss Hope. It's possible that, and I am just telling you what happens because I kind of know what happens is going on, all right? They're going to take the package, and preferably what the postman is supposed to scan it, right? That's what the postmaster told us. When they pick up your packages from home, they're supposed to scan it right there. That's actually the first beep. The first beep that says it's been picked up and it's at the home station, right? Mm-hmm. But all the time, if they're running behind like ours got audited. They've got 2 hours on their route. They're being told do what they can, and if they can't, then they're going to give them a couple hours overtime a day. And, if they get it done, they don't. So they're kind of in one of those things right now. Everything got switched up here. But anyways, if they don't make that first scan, it's going to show as if it's still sitting at my location, but it's not. It's really sitting at home station because nobody's gotten to it because they haven't had the personnel to scan it, okay? Once they scan it, it'll go to the next facility. Then it'll go to the distribution. So that takes time. If they're not in for 2 days, or if it's weather conditions, then you might as well say from that 2 that goes to 4 days, okay? So your package that I was sending to you before, under these good pretenses, under these good weather conditions, might have arrived there in 4 or 5 days. You're going to probably see it in probably 7 to 10 days, okay? Mm-hmm. Now, we're not even talking about weekends. We're just talking about business days, right? So when you message me and then you say, hey, I don't, where's my package? Why is it taking so long? Everybody across the whole U.S. knows about the weather conditions, okay? So, especially I put it out so people know, hey, your package is coming, okay? And most of the time when I give you the tracking, it's either coming the next day, it's in transit, you get some type of status. And also when we ship our packages, we put in your email, so it's automatically kicking the email to you. So if you don't catch that email right away, it's right in there. So go to your search engine, type in Purple Passions, and it's going to give you a update. And if not, contact us directly, we'll give you an update. But what I'm saying is that just be aware that there is delays in the shipping because the weather was bad, and now the weather's trying to get back on track. So they're not only dealing with what they missed, they're dealing with what they still have to do daily and everything else, and they're playing catch up too. So some of the packages are delayed. The best thing you can do is keep track of your tracking numbers. Make sure you get your package and make sure nothing's arriving damaged. Packages are arriving damaged. So insurance is on every package, $100. Claim it. Get with the seller if you need to, but that is going to be your status on packages, okay? Whew.
And I also want to say packages okay. She don't know it now. So packages are going getting delivered with cars. Everybody knows this, right? Minivans, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So if the post office, you know, like I'm gonna tell you how it is. I usually that's Miss Jackson. She calls me again. So usually, I normally get my mail between 1 and 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So since we having snow, they either don't come at all, or I get my mail delivered at between 6 and 8 o'clock at night. So that already tells, you know, that we have bad roads. There's a lot of snow going on, and it's basically bad. So of course, if you live in Texas or in those hot states that you have sometimes or you have already 70 degrees, right? But think about all the up north states, right? Like Minnesota, Iowa, Wisconsin, Michigan. We all are still snowed out. You know, Colorado probably too. So and everything that goes in New York, definitely. You know, Maine and all this. So we all basically snowed in. So you have to consider this by receiving or even sending packages, you know, going towards us.
Right. So, hope everybody heard that what my wife is saying. Up here where we're at, we're under good conditions and bad conditions. It's fluctuating back and forth, but we're still dealing with all the snow we got before. And I don't know if Illinois and Michigan and Indiana and all of them got snow, but I know I got another 3 inches last night. So it's not stopping. Okay. So, and this is probably the worst it's been in the past 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
So, you know, it is what it is. So also I want to talk to everybody too. Listen, you guys know Mr. Clark's theory on when you're putting people on blast on Facebook, okay? You guys know how I feel about that, all right? If you are a seller on my platform and something happens on my platform, your job and our policy is for you to come to me, who's handling escalation services, and for me as that escalation services or customer service representative to find a solution for whatever that problem is, whatever that situation is. Whether it's to sit in the middle and mitigate that situation between seller and shopper, or to be the person that's taking the shotgun blast from over here and the shotgun blast from over here and deal with those responses, and to try to keep everybody in a good, calm relationship, okay? What I've been seeing is that people have been getting put in blast on Facebook, and then I got sellers on here making comments about whether they hear on Purple Passions, where this and that happened at. That's totally irrelevant, because the policy says that if there's a problem, there's a solution. And actually, I believe that if you have a problem, you can't have a problem if there is a solution, okay? So it's like solving for X, right? So I am that person that you need to find and try to fix that problem, because I promise you we're going to reach a solution. And I told you, and if that solution is not good enough for that seller, right? And I said that we have a ghoster or a non-payer, and that person says, hey, I'm still not paying, then we're going to do what's appropriate based on what's going on with that seller's business first, because that is a seller, and we're going to reach that solution together after I give you everything from my end that I tried to do and what that situation looks like. But I don't think that anybody's beyond when they make a mistake admitting, okay? So what I'm saying is this, right? And in the recent situations, people been putting people on blast. After the talk, they find out that the mistake was on not even on that person.
Well, let me tell you what happened. Okay, I say how it is.
See, she in my show now. You see this? You see that going on my show?
I don't sugarcoat nothing right now, because this right here, ladies, this cannot go on like that. Now, I explain exactly what happened. Okay. So there is an old saying in Italy. In Italy, is an old saying. It says, if you dig for someone a grave, right, or a big hole that the person gonna fall in. I don't know if in America they have that too. Then be careful that you don't fall in your own hole that you be digging, right? So, and what I'm saying is this. So there was a seller, and the seller messaged me and said, hey, this person right here, right, is a ghoster. And I said, no, this is not. Hey, Miss Dolores. I said, no, this person is not a ghoster. And she said, yes, she is. And I put her on the internet, and everybody should know and be aware that this person is a big ghoster. And I said, no, the person is not a ghoster because the person is shopping with me all the time. I said, send me her invoice, and I'm gonna check on this. Which she did. She sent the invoice. My husband, Mr. Clark, looks at the invoice and says, why is not her name on that invoice? That's a totally different person's name, right? So then I said that means that it's not her invoice, but that supposedly ghoster, right? Paid an invoice for the other lady, right? The supposedly ghoster paid that invoice for the other lady. And then the seller realized that she made a mistake and let that ghoster, that she called ghoster, pay an invoice for a different person. That person already got her item shipped, right? And that supposedly ghoster wasn't even a ghoster. So with this said, I said, I cannot, oh my God. I said, see, and you should always be careful. Check before you blast and put someone on blast. Check before you put someone in, in a very bad position. Make sure that you get all your ducks in a row before you do something like this.
All right. So,
yes.
So
exactly.
So it's like this, right? So let me start from the top. Okay. So what happens lots of times is that if you've been ghosted by a person or you've had that bad relationship with a person, automatically when you see that person, you're like, oh man, here we go again, right? So you kind of mentally, what trickles down to the action that you already kind of placed them in a category, right? That this person is a ghoster that ghosted you before, and things are probably going to go pretty bad on this, right? So, but in the same breath, right? A lot of people on my platform were people that they said were on ghoster lists, sellers that weren't doing this, different things, right? A lot of people were saying a lot of different things, but Mr. Clark said that, hey, I'm going to train you. I'm going to teach you. I'm going to tell you how things run over here. If you follow what I got going on over here, you're going to be fine. Okay. And I don't care what you did over here. I care what you do now. Okay. So, we're nothing in life without chances. This is what I understand. If I go through my military career and look at, how many people they retrained and retrained and retrained and retrained and retrained and retrained, they retrain everybody. And it just comes to a certain point after 10 retrainings, they're like, okay, they're a no-go. They got to go. Right. But you don't exhaust your means of training. Okay. If it's your child, you're going to do everything you can before you wash your hands with your child too. Right. So it's the same way with people. Right. The biggest thing with people is, like I tell you, they don't want to change. Nobody wants to change. And the other thing is they don't want to admit they do wrong. They're wrong. Instead of them stepping into your face and saying, hey, I'm sorry. I was wrong. I wronged you. I did do this and it wasn't my intent, etc. Whatever it is, they can't do it. And for me, that makes the difference in how strong that person is and how strong the character is. Because it's not just saying it's my mistake and I own it. It's about going to that person. Because I teach my son, when you apologize to that person, you go tell them what you did to them. Because they know exactly what you did to them to make them feel uncomfortable. So you need to go explain how uncomfortable it is to them, because now you need to be uncomfortable because you made them uncomfortable. Go tell them what you did, tell them in their face, tell them you're sorry. It's up to them whether they accept it or not, and then you move out from there, okay? So my son comes in and he's like, Dad, I'm sorry I didn't take out the trash. I was lazy. I was going to try to do it in the morning or do it later. I should have did it last night like you told me to check the trash. I'm sorry. I'm going to take it out now. I'm going to try to do better at it. And that's a legitimate apology because he's stating to me what he did, what he was thinking, what he did, and what he plans to do about it, right? So that's it. That's an acceptable apology. But like I said, he comes in and he admits to that, right? And people don't want to do that. How you doing, Miss Kaplan? So a lot of people don't know how to do it. So that's the biggest thing, admitting and then change. They're so scared of change. It's like, I've been, the biggest thing I hear from people is like, I've been doing this for 8 years. I've been doing this for 15 years. I've been doing this. I've been doing that. I'm like, that's totally irrelevant to the fact of the matter that you called a non-payer a ghoster. But when you correct them, they're defensive and they feel like you're trying to create a problem. When you bring a problem, they don't want to accept it. And I'm only here for the solution, right?
Well, in this scenario, she wasn't even a non-payer because she paid.
Right, so I'm getting to that. So when that situation happens like that, I always tell people, the first thing you got to figure is that's a non-payer or a ghoster, right? That is the truth, right? In this situation, this person may have ghosted before, or she may have this ghostbuster list that everybody hasn't gone on, which I think is crazy because, like I said, it's not ethical. It's not with any type of ethics or moral business thing.
Right.
So
taking accountability.
So is it? Yeah. So on that note, right? That person paid the invoice, and this is another point too. You need to be paying attention to your invoices. Before we became a platform, like we are, I used to tell my shoppers, I say, look, I want you to go look at your invoices because you may see discounts on it that I'm giving you. I might say, hey, you shop with me 5 times. Here's 15% off. You never know what I'm going to do when I'm doing an invoice, but I want you to go check your invoice, and that familiarizes you with that invoice. What's going on in the invoice? What's changed? You may have questions. Then we can go over what's going on, right? So, that's the truth about it, right? So, it starts a young lady Brazil. I've been sitting back observing, and I'm all in. This platform is too good. I like how you and your hubby runs the platform. Thank you, Miss Tillett. So,
Thank you so much.
So, what I'm saying, at that point, read your, shoppers have duties too and responsibilities. Read those invoices so you don't pay an invoice that you're not supposed to pay, because it can happen. And it can happen on the seller side too, I just think that the whole situation was that there was conflict with that person before, so that seller had already went down that road. And that's okay too. But don't be afraid to come back up that road, okay? Because we all make mistakes. I make them all the time. I had what was one of our shoppers the other day? I had an invoice messed up. I messed up a package and everything. And I thank goodness that she's still with me, because I just completely bombed the whole thing, right? But I told her, and my wife was laughing at me, on the phone, I was like, man, I can't tell you nothing, but I'm sorry. I thought I did. I didn't. I'm a liar, because I thought I put it in the package and I didn't. So I'm a big liar, right? I promise I'm gonna put it in the next package, but don't quote me on that, because I have part-time amnesia. All right, and I just messed it up, plain and simple, and I'm gonna get better, and I'm gonna take care of you.
Poor Miss Sparkle.
Yeah, Miss Sparkle.
Yeah.
So I said, and I'm gonna give you something messy, man, because I it's my mistake, right? But I was thankful that she didn't jump on me and just cuss me from A to Z, right? She was willing to work with me and allowed me to make it right. Mm-hmm. And that's something that Miss Tanya Leisha says, allow the seller to make it right, because we're going to make mistakes too, right? So that's how that relationship worked, and I'm thankful for that, right? So, you got it.
And you said a good point. We are all humans, and we are making mistakes, okay?
But we have to admit to them.
We have to admit to them. And sometimes we're making mistakes, by not even knowing that we make that mistake, or not even catching it, and it comes later on to us, But reach out if you make mistakes as a seller. Reach out to that shopper. Don't be quiet and act like you don't know. Reach out to the shopper. Say, hey, this and this, that and that. And I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna in your next order, or if you want it right now, I'm gonna ship it to you. It's not a big deal, And if you are honest from your heart, you're going to keep your shopper, because the shopper will be like, okay, she caught a mistake, she caught whatever happened, and you move on, because, and also, and this is what I'm always saying, and also with the invoices, shoppers can sometimes forget, oversee, and this is my next point, what I forgot to say, send it also to the messenger, because it happened to me. Miss Karen Berber Jones sent me an invoice, and I get so many emails. Right? And it's just it was just overslammed with other emails. I completely missed it. I saw it 3 days later, and I said, oh my God. So I apologize 1,000 times, but I always encourage everyone. It's not only to me, but to everyone else. That's why I send it also to messengers with my husband, because you see it pops up, it makes a ringtone, whatever, and you have it there. Check your invoices, like my husband said, because there is sometimes, bot make mistakes, and those bots print those numbers, and you have maybe that item 2 times on the invoice. It happens, not from us, but it happens with somebody else, where the invoice that item appeared 2 times, and she didn't even know, because there's many ways to create an invoice. So some people do it manually, then you would catch it. And some people,
it's generated by the system.
And when you just go ahead and pay it and don't check it, then you might be paying sometimes for an item 2 or 3 times, because the system is not something that go over it again. It's just printing it out, and you just send it, because you might not go over it because you trust the system.
Yeah, and that's true. So. Check your invoices at shoppers.
Hello, Miss Mary.
Yeah, Miss Susie, Miss Benson, and Miss Scott. Welcome to the Purple Passion News Break Live. Read those invoices so you get familiar. And that helps you get familiar with each seller that you're dealing with, right? Because some of you guys have different people you're dealing with, and everybody doesn't do their invoices the same, and they're not all coming from the same place. So you need to familiarize yourself with those procedures of how that person is operating. The same as asking what their shipping and their payment is. These are the responsibilities for the shopper, okay? We ask that you send your invoices to the messenger because it gives them a second way for them to view it. It's a second way for you to say, hey, I did send it. And also, it gives, it is optional. It is optional, but I tell people to do that on our platform as one of our policy things because it's just the best way to make sure they're getting that information and it's being filtered correctly and in all methods of them knowing that they have a payment to make. Okay, and I know some of you guys have gotten some invoices from somebody else that wasn't you, right? That doesn't mean that you say, okay, they didn't send me my invoice. They think it's mine, so I'm not going to pay it. Most of you respond by saying, Mr. Carter, signed my invoice. I'm like, oh, snap, my bad. I delete the message, send the right one, okay? Because I'm sending a lot. So, that's a mistake I make. But I want you guys to, to be checking both of those areas as shoppers, and listen, and like my wife said, the biggest point, we did forget about one of ourselves that sent us an invoice, and it was 3 days before we caught it on the 4th day. We went through there. I had to actually type in her name to find it because I couldn't locate the email because we have so much coming into that email, okay? So, Miss Tips are very true. I do my manually. Check over your invoice. Y'all coins are involved. Mistakes happen. Yep, there you go. There you have it right there. Miss Tiller said, very true. I do mine manually. Check over your invoice. Y'all coins are involved. Mistakes happen. That is true. Okay, I can tell you that I make at least 5 or 6 mistakes every time I'm sending out some and I'm going back to correct it. So,
but also on the other note, right? I received the invoice, for example. Now I'm not gonna tell you how you do your business, right? But me and my husband was talking about this, and we always write out what you ordered. Like let's say you ordered a pink sweater, so we're gonna write
itemized.
Down, it's itemized. Yes, we're gonna write down basically pink sweater with white, whatever size, medium, and then you know what you have. I received the invoice, and it says item number 153, item number 562, and item number 982. I don't know what that is anymore. If you shop with many others, then you don't know what this is. Then you come to a situation where the shopper is getting aggressive towards the seller because then the item comes and she'll be like, I didn't order this. I don't even know what this is. I don't know what it says. 500. Look at your invoice. On the invoice it says 562. Okay, go back into the live and find your item then. And I just think this is very unprofessional when you just write numbers down. I think you should write out what you sold to the seller, because if you order something on Amazon, if you order something on Walmart, if you order something anywhere, and you call yourself a professional business, then write down what you sold. Don't write the item number down. I know a lot of you guys doing this as sellers, but I just think that the shopper at the end would like to know what she ordered if she shops with a lot of people, Or what you can do is take screenshots as you're shopping of that item that you claimed, and also have a notebook on the side or anything. Take a pencil and a pen and write down you shopping with, let's say, the Clarks, right? And you write down, I shop this and this and this item with this item number, and this is this and this and this. Yes, it's a lot, but you be on the safe side at the end, because I have a lot of complaints that I wasn't talking about in these other news breaks, that shoppers just forget and don't know what they claimed, and all they have is an item number. Now, you all know that we don't only go live once a week or once a month, so item numbers are changing. And if you don't write this down, as a shopper, what item you claimed with whoever, so it's just, I don't know, it's just a problem with that.
Okay, so what do we got? We said, I agree, Sabrina. Amen. Ms. Fizz said that. Annalise says, unfortunately, hold on, I missed something. Say also the buyer, you really want to make sure that is your name on the invoice that you're paying. When I pay something, you got to bet your bottom dollar that I check for my name first. Yep, that's correct. Ms. Annalise said, unfortunately, when I'm doing a 2-hour sale, I tell the shoppers to screenshot and record items as it is too cumbersome. That is the only time I do the numbers only. Hello from my car. Yes. right, what item it is. And then on the flip side, since it's cumbersome as a business owner, I'll take ownership and start the charge sales where there is high volume. No, no, this is what needs to happen. If anybody, I take you guys back to about 3 months ago. I covered this, and this is what I told everybody should be happening. Actually, everybody's right, and it's okay for everybody to have a right point in a situation that has gone wrong. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm about to tell you, but let me break that down for you, okay? Listen, actually, what's supposed to be happening is shopping responsibly. So the responsibility and duty of that shopper is no matter whether it's a 50-cent sale, a $2 sale, or a $15 sale, they're supposed to be tracking their item numbers and writing down their numbers. And I told them to take a picture too. This is what I said, because it has to be accountability in there somewhere on either side. On both sides is better. Okay. Now I understand what you're saying, Miss Tanya Alicia, with the $2 sale, because when we had our there was a 222 sale that time, and I think we that time we sold about 130 some items plus items, right? And that was hell for me, right? So I had to put in numbers, right, in there, okay? So at that moment, because I had some people that had like 20 some items, okay? That is pure chaos. It's not even cumbersome. It's chaos, okay? It's cumbersome as a headache. I would have been there for the next week trying to itemize those, okay? So what I did was I told them to write down the numbers that they got, to track that list. And when you track that list, verify it against the numbers that I have when I send it, or before I send it, so that way we can get some type of accountability of what's coming, what's right or wrong, okay? So in all senses, all of that should be happening, okay? If you have a $2 sale and it's going like that, yes, it is going to be chaos when you do it, okay? But what I'm saying is, if you're having a normal sale and you need the best way to do it is to itemize. I'm not telling you how to run your business. I'm telling you the best way to do it is itemize. And now let me give you my justification for that. When you go to, I don't care where you go to Walmart and you shop, right? When you go through that line, they beep, 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 right? And then you pay either with card or cash, right? They print you off a receipt. When you wrote out that receipt, don't they have your items on there? Can't you go and verify what's in your cart by what your sheet is? So that's essentially an invoice. That's your items, right? That's the items in your package. So even in the sense of going to get groceries, you get the same thing. So my justification is, if you go to any business and they do that, then guess what? When you go out to eat, they do the same thing. So that's how you know whether you should or shouldn't have something, all right? So what I'm saying is, we should be itemizing what our items are, okay? So Ms. Tanya says that's the only time I do numbers, and I've already covered that is what has happened at the beginning. My moderator will put in the same comments throughout my life. Right. And that's fine. Like I said, this is about communication too. When you're stating it, you're letting them know how this live is going to be. And Miss Tanya, I don't even know why you comment, because we all know how you get down. We know you putting everything out in the open at the beginning of your show. We know that, you know what I'm saying? So you know you're good. You know, this is for the people that, you know, just procedure wise, you know, procedure wise, that's how you should do it, okay? Because sometimes our clearance is going to go 222, and if we have that rambunctious amount of items, I have to do it that way because of time consumption to get you your package out within that shipping deadline or whatever deadlines I may have going on in my daily day-to-day, okay? That's understandable. That is something different, okay? If you want to itemize at that point, fine. But when you have regular shopping and all that stuff, you should itemize those items, okay? So that way that person can look and say, okay, I'm getting this, I'm getting that. You can run it against your pictures, you can run it against your numbers, and this is the responsibility on both ends, you know, in order to build a better cohesive relationship between seller and shopper, okay? And lots of times, if you notice, I'm always talking about seller and shopper, building that relationship, because it is a relationship, and you guys need to have more of a rapport with each other. Everybody should feel comfortable talking to the other side and back and forth, okay? Because you guys are in business together. One hand is shaking the other hand. So I try to bring you the best business ethics, you know. So our Newsbreak Live is about our community, what we can do better in our community, but also essentially what can you do better in your business to make your business just more ethical and more business savvy, okay? So, you know, like I said, clearance sales are going to be different. You know, we're moving fast at that point, all right? So, and then look at Miss Capper, just went to Walmart, beep, 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 hello, itemized. Yeah, that's my justification. You know, everybody's like, oh, Mr. Clark has so much to say about this and that. I'm like, well, if you go to Walmart, they give you an itemized list. Why can't a customer get an itemized list? And when they make a complaint, I say, hey, they complain about this. Then they jump on me like I made the complaint, like I'm trying to tell them to change their business. I said, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying this seller would like that. It's up to you whether you do it or not. I'm just letting you know. I would be wrong if I didn't tell you, okay? You don't have to do it. It's your business. I'm just letting you know. I can give you why I think it's a good idea. I can tell you what you should do if you want to fix it. But please, like sometimes I get shotgunned, and it's like I I gotta resurrect. Okay, so that's on that note. Okay, so make sure that we are reading invoices. We're not paying wrong invoices. And it is the shopper's responsibility to know the invoices.
Check your name.
Check your name. That's it right there.
Invoices. Mm-hmm. If you are a shopper,
check your name.
Check your name if that is your name on the invoice, because if that goes wrong, like it did in the past week right here, what we had to deal with, and find out, going over the invoice, looking at it, and checking and all kind of stuff. So you want to see, is that me that invoice belong to? Because you might pay for somebody and that person get the items, don't even pay for her invoice.
Right, and you still stuck with every invoice you had because you paid the other invoice.
Exactly.
And that can happen. Like I said, it's all kind of things that happen. But to be accountable, sometimes we're not accountable for what we do. We're also accountable for what we don't do. If we're not checking our name, if we're not making sure our address is straight. Because
hello, Ms. Carmen.
Actually, the right protocol is when you get your invoice is to open it immediately. Always be payment ready, whether they give you time or they don't give you time. Mm-hmm. You guys know my point on that. It's in the last recap for the news break. Can you hit that the laptop real quick? And thank you, babe. When you do that, you want to open that invoice, right? Open it up, check for your name, check for make sure your address is correct, and look in there. Normally in mine, I'm putting the live show, the date, and the time that live show occurred and what was going on. Okay, so hold on, let me get to that. And you're gonna check for that. What I like to put in the message, and my message is my bullet statement, whether it's not refundable or the policies are, you're going to see that in there. And then you're going to go down an itemized list, and I'm just telling you how mine works, all right? You're going to get your state taxes in there. You're going to get your shipping charge on there. And then anything else I need to put in there is going to be towards the bottom or at the very bottom when I say combined shipping, free shipping, this privilege, that privilege, 10% off, shoppers discount. You're going to see all that annotated on there. And if you're good with that, then you go ahead and pay. You don't even have to ask me for Afterpay. After you get over a certain dollar or you're close to a certain dollar, based on what my standards are, I'm already giving you Afterpay. I talked about this too. If you offer Afterpay, if that seller already goes over $40, you should just go ahead and give them the option for it unless you feel like they need to ask you, then that's something different. Mine is a $40 mark, and I'm already like, hey, or if we've discussed Afterpay situations with you and how you're running, then we're doing our thing as our thing, okay? But $40, I'm already putting you on Afterpay, okay? That's just where it is, because like I said, I understand the 6% and all that.
And we still have, if you are subscribed with us, we still give you the 10% off.
If you are still subscribed with us, please let me know, because I do not have that list in front of me. Give it to me so I can verify so you can still get your percentage off a month. I'm still not doing. I had somebody do that the other day, and I went ahead and compensated them for a couple months. You see what I'm saying? But let me know what's going on. All right.
Right, and then after $70, if you shop with us for $70 and up, or $77, you have free shipping.
And after $77, you get free shipping, okay? And that's $77 before your taxes and everything gets applied, okay? So, this is what we're still doing. So none of that stuff has changed, okay? Sometimes I see a seller that shop with me so much or spent a certain amount, I'm like, hey, I'm just going to give you 15% off just because, okay? Trust me, when you bless your customers, you're not going to miss that. If you can tithe in the offering plate, you can tithe on $20. 10% is not going to kill you. Okay, get your blessings.
And with this time when you shop with us today, and you shop with us also on Thursday, so I didn't package those yet, because if you want to add on today, I'm going just to put it in. You don't pay extra shipping. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to send everyone a very special Valentine's gift in there. Okay, so everybody gets something really cute in their package.
All right, so we got some special gifts going out as gifts into your packages, since it is Valentine's week, is what my wife is saying. And just make sure that you guys are, just not. It's not. I don't want everybody to think that it's always do this, do that, do this, do that, because it's not. It's not actually that. I can give you justification for anything that I tell you, but I try to give you a different sense to look at it, and I want you to just think, is it ethical or is it not? Is it right or is it wrong? If it's right, then follow it, okay? But run your business the way that you need to, okay?
We're running out of time because Mr. Loris is coming on.
Yeah, we said that's exactly what I job, a tier discount system. Yeah, and that's important, Get your blessings, queens, okay? So, like I said, this news break it's not going to be a lot today because you guys are pretty much on point, right? So, I want to show you guys. It's going to be our giveaway for this week. All right. For this Valentine's Love Week, right? This is for this Valentine's Love Week, right? Okay. So, you know, we like to try to make things official around here, right? So, you know, we love purple, right? So, you know, you guys see that logo right there, right? You guys see that, right? And yes, it is a zip up hoodie right here, right? So you guys see that, right? So.
And how does the giveaway work?
I don't know. You gave it to me, so I thought, oh, my bad. This is not the giveaway. This is for sale. You should have told me this. No, you didn't put it in my notes.
No.
See, she set me up again. She set me up for the okie dokie, right? So this is actually on sale for $40, and then the giveaway is something else or something, right?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so this is the back side of that, right? You guys see that? That is the back side, okay? That is the bigger logo on the back, okay?
And that fits best a size large or
it says XXL, but no, it's gonna fit a large, okay? It's gonna fit a large, okay? Here you go. And I'm gonna try to run it together for you guys. And these are the pants right here, right? These sexy purple pants, all right?
Mm-hmm.
You can be sexy in a jogger suit. I know somebody back there saying, no, you can't. Yes, you can. You can still be sexy in a jogger suit. Do not say that. All right? You can. All right? And you got the logo right here, right? You do have 2 pockets right here. They are pretty deep, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And nothing on the back side, okay?
It's a very, very good quality.
Very good quality. And this is our item of the week for sale. All right?
So what happened was, why do we say $40? It's because my husband ordered this actually for him. That's why it's an XXL on it. Okay, he cannot fit it because it is actually like a large or extra large. Okay, and
well, let's say it the correct way. I tried it out. They said this is the biggest one they had. So let's see. They said it was true to size. I said okay, let's see if it's true to size. I ordered it. And it didn't fit, so I said,
and he paid exactly $39.95 plus tax. So if anyone wants this, it's going to be $40.
Yep.
You know, and just basically the same what he paid for this, but it's a very good quality. It's very nice. It's very thick, and it has the Purple Passion logo on it. You know, and it's going to be $40. And this is also our item of the week for sale. I think this is if somebody can fit it, I'm a 2XL too, so I cannot fit it. My son cannot fit it.
You guys gonna laugh. Look, I'm gonna tell you, I don't know why they lied to me talking about true to size. I put it on, right, and I officially had on skinny jean sweats, right, you know, and that was really weird for me, right, because like my calf muscle was still showing on my left leg, right, and then like I tried to put on the top, right. And like my nipples was still sticking out on the side like this, right? And I was like, this is not cool. And then
that's right.
I was trying to do it like without my son seeing me, and my son just happened to bust out the room like, Dad, you okay? And I was like, and immediately, get back in your room. Who told you to be out your room? My son's 13. I should have said that to him, but at that time I had to say something, okay? Like that was just completely awkward and weird, right? Mm-hmm. I'm sitting there. My wife was like, who are you yelling at? She came and closed the door because I didn't want her to think something was wrong with me. And then I had to fight to get it off for the next 30 minutes, right? So this is weird, okay? This is weird, okay? So, yeah, it's $40, okay? But it's good quality. It didn't work out for me, right? Don't laugh at me, all right? What's the matter with you guys?
Let me find out.
You run around looking like Tiny.
He looked like a sausage. I swear to God.
You gotta know that Big Mama sausage.
Maybe you ordered female size chocolate.
Listen, I don't know what that was, but that.
He looked like a sausage. I looked at him and I said,
I cannot make this up. It was embarrassing, right? I was like, I was like, this is so uncomfortable, right? Oh my God.
And then my son said, well, Dad, you know, everybody rocks skinny pants.
Yeah, he's trying to tell me to wear skinny jeans.
He said, it's okay. You know, it's actually in right now. And I was like, no, son. No, he's not going to walk around like that. You could have seen his social imprint, you know, on the back. I didn't know.
I promise you, like you can take my vitals. You didn't have to take my vitals. You can see my vitals showing through the pants, right, and the shirt, right. So
oh my God.
Oh my God. So I'm just saying, right?
you know how he looked? He looked like
Check the sizes of your clothes before you buy them, okay? I just
Get yourself a home blow. Yeah. Where's it at? Where's the horn, babe?
the horn is, I don't know where it should be.
What you do with the
Hold
horn?
on, there it is. It's underneath. It's underneath on the very bottom. Don't move that. You're gonna knock it over right there. Oh, it in.
Oh, okay. Oh man.
You got it.
I think. Hold on, let me see.
You gotta press down on it. Yeah, that's it. That was terrible, right? Barney on fleek.
He looked like an eggplant.
Man, what?
An
eggplant?
Yes. It was like tiny at the bottom,
Oh,
and it got big at the end. Oh my God.
I was like one of the most embarrassing moments of 2026 already, right? And I can't believe this. I mean, he just had to come out the room at that time frame. He's probably like, why Dad so mad? I wasn't even mad at him. I was mad because I was stuck in something that was so uncomfortable.
Just,
And
wow.
I thought my blood pressure was getting cut off. It was all kinds of stuff going wrong, right? I'm like, I'm going down.
Like that toy I was saying, going down.
I'm going down, and I'm going down, right? So
Sweatpants eat up.
So
all I can hear is one eye of purple. Of purple people eater in your case. Purple pants eater.
Oh man,
my God.
I just, I gotta be that smile for Sunday on Super Bowl, but I tell you that's what happened to me, right? So, I'm telling you, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That was a bad one, right? So it's $40. That's what I paid, but it's nice, okay.
If somebody wants it, it's item number one.
Yes, item number one
And
is
we only
somebody
have
wanted,
one
all right.
of them.
I only have one. The next one I get, it need to be a 6XL or something, right? Because oh my God, I couldn't even live that down to my family. Every time I'm walking by my son all day long, sizing to make sure he don't say something wrong, right? I'm ready to ground him for the rest of his life. Say something about what happened. So I'm daring you. Say something so I can ground you.
And I should have took a picture because the face that he made when he had it on. He looked at me and he tried to get an improvement of this, and I said, no, babe, hell no.
HE double hockey sticks, no. Okay, so
I love you. You love me. Everybody saying that.
So yeah, it was bad, right? So I'm just letting you guys know, right? Check your sizes, okay? Check your size. Make sure it's don't be like me, all right?
Yeah. So this is actually a large, extra large, okay?
Yeah.
Not a 1X,
Yeah.
not a 2X,
And
not a
not a 2X.
medium.
See
That's
that?
right. That's what it is.
Look, y'all heard that, right? I couldn't even get that out when it was so tight, all right? Every breath was controlled. I had to save and fight for breath, okay? So
Yeah, that's how it looked. It looked bad.
Man. My son, I can't believe my son looked at me like that. Here, you take that.
So that's about it for today, right?
Yeah, that's it for the news break for today.
Join us at 4:45. We're gonna have Yara giveaway.
Right.
This time oils.
Yeah, we got y'all was it roll on or
Roll-on oils. Yes.
we got Yara roll on oils that we're gonna be giving away, authentic. That we're gonna be giving away to you today on ours.
We never had these before, so that's the first time.
Never had them before. It's gonna be nothing but smoke. Then you got before that you got Miss D'Lo. She's gonna be smoking for that Super Bowl. You know she ready to go. She turned up. You got Miss Lee. She's gonna be turned up. And then you got
gonna be smoking too or not?
She already smoking. She's smoking right now.
Yeah, okay. So she's gonna be smoking too. Happy Sunday, Miss.
She told me I look like Barney on fleek.
Yeah. All right, so we got nothing but smoke on in the Troy at 11 o'clock.
So Super Bowl Sunday is gonna be nothing but
again.
smoke. It's talking about smoke going through, all through the platform of this. You guys be there or be square. Come check out our sellers. Troy's gonna end that Super Bowl Sunday show today, with smoke again.
And don't forget, we have also the Olympics going, the Winter Olympics.
Oh yes, the Olympics. All right, the Olympics is going, all right.
In Italy, where I'm come from, and it's in North Italy.
Yep, it's in North Italy.
Where I'm not coming from.
My wife is from Southern Italy, right down there where all the gangsters are, right, and they're doing it in North Italy right now. And
it's in Milano, and actually Cortina, Milano. They say Milan in America, but it's actually Milano Cortina, okay? Watch it. It's super cool.
You know what? Go Seahawks. That I'm just. I never liked the Patriots. Everybody knows I'm a Buccaneers fan, right? I'm a Bucs fan, second to the Bills, right? Buffalo Bills, right? And that's from a long time ago. Back when I used to be an athlete, right?
No, we don't. We still have openings.
Yeah. So, but I would like to, if anybody, I would like to see the Seahawks win versus those Patriots. I'm really glad that those Chiefs aren't in there because they've been giving me problems. I was glad when Brady came down there, got us another ring, and then left. So. But I've been a Bucs fan before Gruden and all of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, great team.
Say a prayer for Lindsay. Lindsay won. They had to airlift her. Oh, she's out. Oh, I didn't even know that. Oh my God!
I think I saw something about somebody, but I didn't get a chance to check.
Yeah.
I've been watching the Olympics, back in the day with my mother since Nancy Kerrigan, Tanya Harding, Michelle Kwan, Scott Hamilton. All those different people, So, I've missed quite a few during that, but I went to Norfolk State University.
Okay, so we should pray for her. We don't want that anything bad happens, so she should survive.
Prayer for all of them that they stay safe, because I think another one had a fall too. That was one of those speed skaters too. So.
Trisha was here. We shared Life Nation.
So shed a lot of Trisha's here, and all of you that are going through health and different things. I want to tell you guys something. Take your time.
Yeah.
Move slow through processes. Don't move fast. Nobody's the youngest anymore. Let's take our time. All right. Let's always keep our prayers up. Okay. So, let me get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm over my time. I'm sorry, Miss D-Lo. I know you're ready to go.
Miss Natasha, reach out. I have slots open, $2.14 only. You don't break your piggy bank. Hop on and do your thing.
All right, Queens. See you guys later on. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.